All right, so we're going to check out one of the computer concept skills training. And basically, you'll have this kind of a module, computer concept skills training, every single week. This, again, is the check system. If something's not running right with your computer, it's not going to fix your computer. It'll just let you know that these are the problems you have and why you can't run the assignment. I'll hit start. I'm going to leave that in a little window, make it a little easier to see. Notice here's your controls down at the bottom. So you'll hit this button and it starts to play. And if you don't want to hear it, you can use the CC to have your closed captioning on. And you can also jump ahead in the video or move back in the video. You cannot drag it, but you can use these controls to move it. And that's really good. If you know the answer to that question, that's really good. There are no exams for these. There actually are exams, but we didn't put them in there because we were afraid it was going to be way too overloading for you. So anyway, this is what it wants us to do here. Blank Services Act as a middleman allowing individuals to securely send and receive money. Select all that apply. So is that a business to business model? You know, I know what that means, but if you didn't watch the video, you don't know what it means. Consumer to business model. Is it a business to consumer model, or is it a peer-to-peer model? Now, once you select that, you just save the answer and it'll tell you if it's, well, let me show you. Correct. It's a peer-to-peer model, meaning that a person-to-person model, that's what I should say. P2P usually means peer-to-peer for me, but that's a person-to-person model, meaning you can pay any person. Anyway, I don't need to explain that. That's part of this. And you can jump around in the tasks. So you can go forward and back and decide to do this one or that one. And then once you're all done, you would submit it. Now, having played around with this, I have noticed that the test and this material seems to save your place. But I think you should try that first. I'll mention that again later to, answer some of the questions, close it, and then go back and re-enter the test and see if it has saved it. What I mean is close it, close that browser down, close this window down, come back all the way into Canvas, and then go back into that training and see if it saved your place. If it did, then you don't have to complete that whole test or that whole assignment all at once. So that's the modules. That's the computer concepts modules. And again, all the information that's ahead of there is going to help you. And if you want to do a module review, that's going to take you straight into the textbook where it's like, here's our summary of the chapter, and that will help you here. I cannot stress enough that when you are learning something, and trust me, I've had to do it a lot, right? I'm in computers. Going through something like the review, you may think that's taking you more time, but chances are it's going to cut a ton of time off of this. Really, so try it. And so let's take a look at this Windows Module 1 SAM training. It actually says SAM in it. Same kind of thing. I got to hit, go and load this content. Okay, so you will notice straight away that there is something right here that was not on the other, which says observe. And if you drop that down, practice and apply. Now, the apply is where your score is coming from. If you never apply anything, you don't ever get a grade for it. So to complete a task, you have to apply it. You'll also notice that the controls for sound and stuff are up here. So you can increase the speed of something. Now, this is a Windows task. So I could observe it, which is the same thing you saw before, where you click it and instead of some kind of video,
allows multiple user profiles.
Mute that. Instead of a little video, and then we're going to tell you a concept, they actually show you what they're going to do. So they say, hey, this is what we're talking about, and this is how you do it. And you can see that, user 1 on the welcome screen, click user 1 icon, and then type in the password. Right. So you could then say, you know what, I'm going to apply that. I know how to do it. So it says sign into Windows 10 using user 1 and use Windows as the password. So I click on user 1. I'm going to click over there to make sure that it's in their field. Not a very good password, is it? Apply complete. You have completed the task. So for a lot of people, right, they're not really familiar with ever doing that. And they need to watch the video and see what's going on and then go and do it themselves. You may have work experience that you already know how to do that. So just go straight to apply and get it done. And it shows you this is what the task is: close a window. I just found a little problem and I clipped that part out. That's why it just jumped in the video here. But it was set to apply as it went to the task. And what it started to do was show me the observation. It said apply right here at the top, not observe, and just had a play button. If you went to apply on the last one, what you would have to do to make it work, I'm guessing, is go to observe and then go to apply. And then that reloads it. Close the settings window. Most people know how to do that. So you can move through a lot of this really quickly. So you notice it says apply there, and it's not. So I'll hit observe and apply. This is maximize the window. There we go. So this is maximize. And that is good. You could just keep going through that. I'm going to actually close that training. I only finished 4 tasks, but that is how they are a little different. Remember that in the SAM trainings that you're doing, you have to use those observe, apply, and the apply is where your score is coming from. You can observe all you want. You can have it lead you through the task, so you step through it, which is the one I didn't do in the middle. But you have to do the apply in order to actually get a score for that particular problem. Now, we need to look at the exam. So my advice to you is do the training, then do the exam, right? I did the training and did the exam, and not wait too long, because you'll cover a lot of concepts in Word and Excel. So this wants me to shut down the machine, and notice I've given you 3 attempts. So that's what I set it to. So you have 3 tries to get through on that exam. And I just need to shut it down. Correct. Next task. Right, so that's how they work. And again, I believe that what's happening is it's saving that. So I could close all that down and then come back, and I would have that one question, the first question, answered. Again, you want to try it, but it should be working that way.